Um, it's just one of those things that I think we do need to start looking at, and I think starting with Freedom of Information Act is definitely the way it goes. Just start looking at these things. I can't believe, I'm refusing to believe that in this day and age, there hasn't been more done to look at why there is still Catholic schools. Because it's separation of the highest order, and it's totally out there and plain to see. That's a Catholic school, and that's a non-denom. Non-denom open to everyone, Catholic schools are open to Catholics. In theory. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm just trying to sort of type a message to Cammy there.
You're typing away, I can hear you.
His punctuation is... Cammy said that no non-RCs can become a head teacher or whatever.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it, yeah.
So I've explained to Chris and I've explained to other people, I'm a wee bit of a punctuation sort of Nazi would be the wrong word, but I do like to see good punctuation in the chat room. That's why they wouldn't give me the job as a moderator, because I was going to get folk kicked off for sort of ending sentences with prepositions, but they said that wouldn't go down very well. I must apologise.
So Darren's just said here in the chat room, the biggest threat is the SNP and their demented pals within the independence movement. That's our biggest problem we face.
Yes.
Sadly, many within their ranks are Protestants. How we need a political voice to take them on. I think, so now we need a political voice to take them on. Although this political voice needs to be all-embracing to bring the middle ground unions on board, I agree. It's politics in Scotland is all over Britain. It's absolutely mental. I think other countries would look at our politics and just laugh.
Can I just break in quite quickly here? Richard Johnson's just telling us that Leslie Ann, I hope that Leslie Ann's a good lady, and her waters have just broken, so we might be having the first birth on PUL radio in the inaugural show. But best of luck, Richard, and all the very best to your good lady, Leslie Ann.
It will be a lovely thing when it happens, Richard, but the nightmare of before it happens will stay with you for the rest of your life. I will never forget the images of what I saw.
Whoa, well, just wind your neck here back in that one there, mate.
It's birth, what a thing. I've got 3 kids, all under 5. That is an absolute headache. It's brilliant. I've now got a PlayStation and a TV in the house, so it should be a while before I have any more.
But once the children get older, the PlayStation and the television are beginning taken over by the children, and that's you're going to be back to square one again, mate. You'll be looking for other forms of entertainment.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, before we go to another kind of music break shortly, I'd like to see what people think, even if you're just giving your feedback in the chat that's on the website, or if you want to call in, I'll refresh your mind on the number. It's 0141 416 1690. I think what I'd like to touch base on
is... Funny how these random numbers all come up with 1690. It's pure random as well.
That was hours of searching on my behalf.
Tell everybody it's just random. It's just how lucky were we? You should have played on that one.
Well, I mean, what I'd like to touch base on is, because I know it's going to come up on the show next week, is the similarities between our community here in Scotland and our community over in Northern Ireland. And what I mean by that is the one that I've just seen come through, and it's actually on my interface. I don't think it's out there on the open chat room. There's a chap brought up something which I agree with, and I've touched base on it before. We have a big thing over in Northern Ireland right now, in Belfast, and it is the civil rights kind of, the kind of Tweddale camp.
The peace camp.
Regarding kind of the Brown Lodges can't go buy a set of shops. That is what it comes down to, right? There is a lot more. There's a couple of different bits in and out, kind of involved, but it mainly comes down to you can't get by this row of shops because you are what you are, right? It's absolutely ridiculous. But what this message says right now is there not a similarity between the Ardougne shops and that of Aroa shops in Glasgow? And all I kind of put back as a question mark is come back, and he said what I knew he would say anyway. He said Gallagate, Glasgow. Now I don't know how our listeners feel about it, but when I touch base on it like I'm just now, if you want to phone in, if you want to even comment in the chat on the website, www.plcommunityradio.com, I'd be keen to see what you're thinking. So what we're looking at is there similarities between the lodges in Belfast that can't go by the Ardougne shops, so they're getting stopped from doing so for a couple of years now? And is there the same similarities between Protestants, loyalists in Glasgow that can't go by the shops at the Glasgow's Gallagate?
Can I throw another question onto the back of that one then, Chris?
Go for it.
Do we foresee, with the sort of the groundwork is being done by the dark side at the moment, do we ever see a time where there's a parades commission in the west of Scotland? Because as far as I know, friends of mine that are in the Orange Order in Airdrie, I think they've got to be off the road at a certain time in the day of the big walk.
Well, the way it works for Glasgow City Council, and it happens kind of with the majority of councils in Scotland alone, it's the only ones I can kind of comment on, it's the only ones I know. We have a caller coming in just now, I'll stop you there. We've got a caller, Malkster, coming on. Readers, bear with us. Hi Malkster, welcome to the PL Community Radio. Hello Malkster, can you hear me?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can indeed. Welcome to the PL Community Radio.
I'll have to shut the radio down here.
Yeah, you're better off shutting the radio down. Stop saying that.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, mate.
That's good. I'd just like to congratulate you on your inaugural broadcast. I take it I'm the first caller in tonight.
You are. There was a caller earlier on that came on just to say, I think he was calling up just to test that the phone line was working. It wasn't coming on to discuss anything.
Aye. I'm not particularly on to discuss anything myself, but just want to congratulate you on the wonderful platform you've got here and the excellence in your choice of broadcasters, Mr. Ian, an old friend of mine, as you will know, Chris. Mm-hmm. So I think he's doing a grand job, and I hope it continues, and I hope we get more calls.
Yeah, no, that's appreciated. I do think the calls will start flowing in once we start having our kind of specific shows in terms of getting the panel and getting the kind of topics of debate out there maybe an hour before we do shows. No, that's the plan. If we've got these shows, we'll have maybe 5 or 6 different topics to discuss, and hopefully people can maybe think about what they want to bring up on the show.
Good stuff. I'm having a wee bit of trouble logging into the lobby. I noticed 1 or 2 old friends as well from a previous programme. So I'd just like to say hello to them. You know who you are. And no doubt once I get up to scratch with all the login details, I'll be taking part in the contributions in the lobby. So that was all I wanted to say, was just congratulations on getting this wonderful platform up and running, and hopefully it goes from strength to strength.
Well, that's terrific. No, absolutely. I appreciate your call, and hopefully you'll feel the need to phone back in potentially next week when we've got our first kind of panel show up and running.
That's fine. Thanks for that, Chris.
No worries at all. We'll go into a wee short break just now and leave you with some Southdown Militia. Thank you.
Cheers.
Okay, so we've got a caller just now for you guys, and his name's John. He's phoning up.